Bay Future, along with our partners throughout the Great Lakes Bay region, have been working hard to secure new investments in traditional and emerging technologies such as agribusiness, advanced manufacturing, food processing, and renewable energy. In the past year, these companies have invested over $89 million and created or retained over 430 jobs in Bay County. These expansion and attraction projects have resulted in an increased tax base and have contributed to the economic success of Bay County and the Great Lakes Bay region. Bay City-based Michigan Brand, a wholesale USDA and state-inspected meat packing company with products sold across the nation, doubled the size of their operation by adding 7,800 square feet to their building. The $600,000 investment created and retained 27 local jobs. Bay County has long been and continues to be a hub of automotive manufacturing expertise. Tubular Metal Systems, a manufacturer of automotive components, structural, and vehicle frames located in Pinconning, invested over $1.2 million in new equipment, creating or retaining 51 jobs. The efforts of the GM Retention Committee, consisting of Bay Future, the Bay Area Chamber of Commerce, the City of Bay City, and Bay County leadership, while working closely with GM powertrain officials, continued to pay dividends. In 2007, the Bay City Commission approved a 50-year, 100% personal property tax exception for all future investments in machinery and equipment. In 2010, GM announced $62.5 million in new investments, resulting in 113 jobs created or retained at the Bay City plant. The investments at the Bay City Powertrain plant continue to solidify the hard work and acute attention to quality that the Bay City workers possess. And Renosol Corporation, a specialty foam and polyurethane design company in Portsmouth Township, is working on cutting-edge automotive technology. They have committed to investing $3.1 million in their manufacturing facility to produce a new type of automobile leaf spring made of a glass-reinforced polymer that can cut the weight of the part by over 70%, reducing fuel usage. Renosol expects to create 125 local jobs as a result of this investment. Looking toward the future, Bay County businesses are applying those manufacturing skills to cutting-edge alternative energy projects. Affordable Green Energy, an Essexville wind turbine assembly company, invested over $750,000 in building and equipment in 2010. Bay County has also seen expansions from the financial service industry. Last year, California-based United Capital Financial expanded their operations and added a location in downtown Bay City. The Saginaw Future Procurement Technical Assistance Center has had a tremendous impact in our region. Delana Spates Allen heads up our local PTAC office that covers 5 counties in Michigan. In 2010, PTAC helped support 448 grants in Bay County, valued at over $2.4 million. We would like to recognize Metro Fabricating for being the 2010 Contractor of the Year. Let's take a closer look at 3 Bay County businesses that invested in 2010. Agribusiness has been one of the foundational building blocks of Bay County's economy, and it continues to thrive today.
We began our business in 1968. My dad bought the facility, and in the 70s we worked on storage, increasing storage capacity. Storage is important. The farming community is increasing their yields, and we need to be able to handle grain quicker and faster.
Ittner Bean and Grain invested over $751,000 to install a new grain dryer and increase the company's storage space, an investment expected to create and retain 11 jobs.
Bay Future and the MEDC were instrumental in instigating and developing our industrial development district for our plant and for implementing the industrial abatement program for our project. This has helped out significantly. We appreciate all the help they did. Megan came to the Auburn meetings and helped push it through, provided some support as we got the project rolling.
Bayview Foods has been in the cucumber grating and brining business since 1946. They're one of the largest briners of pickling cucumbers in the United States.
In 1946, Bayview Foods was established and incorporated, and We ran it as a briner shipper business till the year 2000 when I started Mr. Chips. And at that point in time, we went into servicing food service and restaurant chain using cucumbers from the Bayview side of the business. And since that time, we've had consistent growth. And in this last year, we put on a 34,000 square foot expansion, warehouse and processing. And thanks to Bay Futures, we had a tax abatement in Fraser Township. They went along with it, and definitely a help for business today.
In 2010, Bayview Foods invested over $1.5 million, creating 15 new jobs.
I believe you have to continue to grow or you die. The new governor's idea of gardening new or existing businesses, to me, makes a lot of sense for who we have here to try to help them along. So.
E-Ovations LLC announced a $16 million investment in 2010, locating a 77,000 square foot building in the Marquette Industrial Center.
It's basically a company who's formed to commercialize a new technology, a technology that we call EOTech. Simply said, it is the replication of wood. The technology that we have and we have stewardship of allows us to form shapes, boards of different configurations that essentially on the inside bear the structure of wood.
Complementary to Bay County's rich lumber heritage, the company will commercialize the industry's first polymer-based wood replication technology called EOTech.
The venture started in July, and at that point in time, we began looking for facilities. Honestly, we looked in Michigan, in this area, as well as another state, and evaluated several communities in the central Michigan area. Obviously, Bay City won, and let me go through the reasons why. The interstate competition was fairly interesting, and that was mostly driven by a difference in the grants, and as you may be aware of, we were fortunate enough to receive a rather generous mega grant from the state. But beyond the state-to-state issues, it really came down to community and what the community would be like as far as supporting us in our mission.
The company credits their decision to locate in Bay City to many factors.
Obviously, it's a technology-driven business, so having a good skill set, not only in potential employees, but also support to companies like contractors and other services was important. But very specifically, what Bay Future did for us very early on, the first meeting with Bay Future was over a year ago. They helped, at least me in this case, understand what the parameters are to evaluate locations, understand very specifically the advantages that Bay City had, and given my lack of experience in doing this before with a startup company, they helped me work through the entire state structure, get linked up with the MEDC, which resulted in some good things, as well as a small business and technology development center. And that again helped sway the decision to come here. Since then, Bay Future has also been instrumental in helping us hook up with the right people to help us open this building and start this business.
Bay Future's commitment to economic development will extend into 2011 with new projects, investment, and job growth in Bay County and the Great Lakes Bay region.